What is up, guys? Welcome to the Intuitive Souls podcast. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging on to this wild ride. Thank you for being you. Thank you for finding this podcast wherever you found it and deciding to press play. You know, this is definitely not your run-of-the-mill podcast, I guess you can say. You know, we go deep here. We talk about trauma, and we talk about our feelings, and we talk about the divine, and we talk about how you literally are source energy. So again, thank you for being open to it. I know that the topics and the things that come out of my mouth aren't necessarily mainstream, and I hope that this is giving you guys a different perspective. I hope that it's opening your mind up just a little bit more, and I'm really truly hoping that it's helping you remember who you are and your own personal power, and that your desires, your dreams, your ambitions, the things that have been instilled within you since you were born are there for a reason. Your higher self knows exactly where you are meant to go, and your higher self is always listening and always whispering. And I want this podcast to help you be able to discern that and to maybe fall into it a little bit more and to listen a little bit more intently. If this podcast is helping you, if it's giving you some aha moments, if it's making you laugh, if it's just helping in any way, shape, or form, I would be eternally grateful if you could head on over to iTunes and rate a review. Those reviews allow me to get this podcast to the ears that need to hear it. And as a thank you for taking that time out and supporting this podcast, make sure you take a screenshot and send it to me at hello@ericarusso.co, and I'm going to send you like maybe some subliminals or a meditation. I don't know. I'm just going to lean into my intuition with that and just send you something just as a thank you. I really, truly appreciate you guys and the support. So today, I wanted to just kind of briefly riff off of quantum leaps. And I know that it's a hot topic nowadays, especially on social media. And I kind of wanted to put my little take on it because at this very moment, I am quantum leaping. And it is fucking wild. I don't want to get too much into it, but I can tell you right now, so much is fucking happening to my life. Down to like, I believe my DNA is changing and my brain is being rewired to think a certain way and to act a certain way. I'm seeing little tiny differences in my everyday habits, and it's mind-blowing. It really truly is. Just yesterday, but this is actually, yesterday was the one that was like, oh, that's interesting. Wow, I am doing that. Just yesterday, I was having dinner and I was sitting down, and just like so many of us, I programmed myself throughout my life to finish what's on my plate. I had this aunt who was like a fucking Nazi when it came to eating and eating your full plate, and she would call it the Clean Plate Club. And this was something that was instilled with me for years. And you know, I didn't really even live with my aunt, but I remember like if you didn't eat your full plate, you were in a fuckload of trouble, right? And last night I was sitting at the kitchen table and I noticed that there was, about 30% of my food still left over. And I had absolutely no desire to eat it. I had absolutely no desire to finish it or to have the clean plate. And then I began to remember that a lot of my meals recently, since probably September, I don't have the same mindset when it comes to them. I don't look at the food the same way. I kind of just, it's just wild. It's just absolutely wild. Like my brain is literally changing. And I'm still trying to process it because things that I'm not even actively trying to change. I am a avid journaler. I journal every day, and I'm always, doing mindset shifts and mindset work and everything along those lines for specific things in my life. But I'm noticing now that the things that I'm not really even paying that much attention to are just shifting naturally. Again, the example of the clean plate and like just not even having any desire to finishing the plate. And this has happened more frequently than not since September. If you haven't already known, I actually hosted my first retreat back in September, and it was something out of this world. It was just out of this world. The experience that I had, as well as the participants that were there, we walked out just a higher level version of ourselves. It was absolutely incredible. And, there was a lot of transmissions going on. There was a lot of healing going on. There was a lot of psychic surgeries going on. And I'll do another episode talking a little bit more about that. But we all walked out a different version of ourselves. We all did. It was incredible. And I'm still processing that. But since then, I'm seeing the differences in myself that I'm not even trying to actively change, which is mind blowing. Just simple things. Like I was, I'm fasting, and at 10 a.m., I'm able to eat food again. And then I'm sitting there and I'm not even that hungry. Like after how many hours of fasting, I'm not even that hungry. And I realized that I just grabbed a banana just so that I can have something in my stomach, because I have a massage appointment that I'm heading to right now, and I needed something in my stomach. And I realized while I was getting ready and everything like that, I didn't even finish the banana. There was like half of it left. Just simple things like that. Like things are just fucking shifting like crazy, guys. And when it comes to quantum shifting, what I have learned throughout my own experience and through my own research and my own development and everything like that, quantum shifting is essentially a quick embodiment. It is a fast shift in paradigms. Meaning, all of the sudden, you are not the same person anymore. Okay? It essentially is like one day you wake up as the present version, and then the next day you wake up as the next version. Quantum shifting, when we talk about it, it's essentially embodiment. You begin to step into the version of yourself that you are meant to be. You begin to allow your higher self to be a little bit more integrated into your everyday life. You begin to create the habits that your higher self, or that embodied version of yourself, does on a daily basis. It's not so much about like cartwheels and flips in the quantum field or anything along those lines. What it essentially is you going into the quantum and taking that version of yourself, that higher version of yourself, and allowing her to be integrated into your life now, where your thoughts change, your actions change, your beliefs change, and it happens quickly. That's a quantum leap. And it's just fucking wild, guys. It really is. I've been pretty transparent with you regarding my business and what exactly I'm doing with it and where I'm going with it. And to be completely honest, I thought I was in alignment until I wasn't. If that makes any sense. You thought you were happy, you thought you were fulfilled until something happens, essentially a wake-up call of some sort, or a aha moment, and then you begin to realize, well, maybe I was only happy because it's what I know, right? I'm only happy or I'm only satisfied at the level in which I know, because again, we live within our comfort zones and growth happens outside of our comfort zones. So my business is shifting. I'm no longer aligned with being a mediumship mentor. I have always had big dreams and aspirations for myself. I've always been a big vision picture thinker. And I'm ready to step into that version of myself. I am that version of myself. So that's what I have to say today. And as I step into this version of myself, this more embodied, more confident, more cool, more collected version of myself, I'm only doing things that I am soul led to do. Meaning I'm not going to launch things just so I can launch things. I'm going to do things and I'm going to create programs and I'm going to create offers that I am aligned with at that present moment. And the first offer that I am offering is called Elevation Calibration. And this is essentially 10 days of trainings. Every day you get a new training and some homework and everything like that. And you're going to raise your fucking vibration. And the intention for this training is essentially, I want you to continue to come back to it. Because raising your vibration isn't a one and done thing. Raising your vibration is essentially habits that you create. And fucking short story. Oh my God, I started to laugh because I was listening to Abraham Hicks and someone was in the hot seat and she was saying how she has started the miracle morning. And Abraham said, well, what's the miracle morning? And she goes, oh, it's meditation and journaling and self-care and everything like that. And she said she's been doing it for a month and it's been so great. And she calls it the miracle morning. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, and I was like, I don't call it the miracle morning. I call it my morning. It's just something that I do. It's just so habitual within me to wake up, meditate, do journal work, maybe listen to subliminals, maybe write a little. It's just, it's funny how, the things that are so common and so natural to you, they're big for somebody else. So with that being said, I get off on tangents, man. With that being said, if you are interested in grabbing this offer, it is at beta pricing and only $111 until tonight. So if this is something that you feel aligned with, if you want to try it out, if you want to gain some tools to help you always come back to source, always come back to love, always come back to yourself, this is an amazing offer and I'm very proud of it. And I think it's exactly what people need right now to get back to themselves and to get back into alignment. So I will have the information for you to grab that offer in the show notes at this time. And that's really it. I hope everyone's having an incredible day. I hope everyone has an incredible weekend or wherever you are in the world. Remember, you deserve to be happy and remember who the fuck you are. I'll see you guys soon.